Hi, I'm Deb King, and I'm CEO of GS Mining Company, and we are here at the Bates Hunter Mine.
Hi, good morning. Franklin Levy, one of the founders and managing directors of GS Mining Company, and here I am at the Bates Hunter.
Good morning, Matt Collins here at the Bates Hunter Mine. Happy to have you guys here, and we're here to talk a little bit about our story.
Listen, I'm excited to be here today. And one of the main reasons is because the last time I was on site was for the Christmas party in December 2019. And although I'd planned a number of trips after that, COVID intervened, and I basically didn't leave home in Los Angeles. And so it's been that 18, 19 months that before I got back here. And what's most exciting is how much progress has been made. It's almost like a before, for me, it was like before and after, remembering what I saw in 2019 and seeing what I see today. And the fact that Matt and his team made such incredible progress during shutdowns and COVID and social distancing and everything else they had to put up with makes it even more remarkable. This is a passion project for me, and it's just absolutely incredible, really.
I recall when I came back in October of 2020, and we were at the dewatering was at like the 270. And then when we came in January, it was like, I believe it was like at the 500 or what have you. And here it is from January to now, we're below 730 in dewatering. We're on all different kinds of level. In January, I was on the 250 and I walked the 250. But today we're down at the 500, only 6 months later. And there's the Becker Bates shaft has been put in. I mean, the amount of progress that's been made between all of those different things in acquiring the Becker Bates or acquiring the different land positions, but they've all been able to be, they're contiguous, and we've been able to, build off of each one. It's just really impressive to see how far we've come. And it's really an exciting place.
There's an awful lot going on a daily basis. We have guys running in all kinds of different directions, making progress here. And one of the common things we all get together for in the morning at 6 a.m. is our safety meeting. We line the crews out for the day and the tasks for the day, and communicate. This morning at just after 7 a.m. we took our blast for the day in our rehab on the 500 level. The guys will be moving muck this afternoon and preparing for laying rail in that section of the 500. We've got flotation testing going on in the mill, working on our final tailings product that we'll be putting back underground as backfill. We've got folks rebuilding equipment in the mill. We've got folks preparing equipment to go underground here in the mine. Our core drill spinning. We're drilling off the 240-foot level right now, looking forward to bringing that drill down to lower levels. We found some pretty neat stuff on 240, but we're not done yet with that. Geology work going on with mapping and sampling, and a whole lot of keeping up with the activities in the office. So it's pretty busy here, and it can be pretty hectic and chaotic at times. But I think if we want to get the progress we need to get done in the time frame we're expecting, which is it's never fast enough, and this is hard stuff that we're doing here. We've got probably the best team on the plant that I've ever seen to do it. So a lot of hard work over the last couple years, certainly actually the last 4 years. But these last two have been pretty challenging with COVID and some of the supply chain issues we've had. We're in the middle of some critical permitting with our mill facility, and that's never easy, but this has been particularly challenging on a timeline. There's been a lot of boxes to check off, and we're the first ones doing some of the permitting that's ever been done in the city, in this area. So the team we've got has been absolutely phenomenal. Despite all those obstacles, they've been able to get an awful lot done. We have had some incredible successes and exceeded some of our timelines. The Becker shaft, for instance, took about 2 months less time than we thought it would to rehab. We're now connecting those two shafts on the 500 level with track, with rail. So we'll have rail equipment be able to go between the two shafts. It's been a lot of progress at the mill. Rehabbing equipment from the 1930s has been interesting, to say the least. A lot of this equipment is even no longer made today with modern equipment. So we're trying to rebuild stuff. We've got an incredible team of machinists and mechanics and electricians that can put this stuff back together and make it spin like it's never spun before. So It's been a great year despite these obstacles, and I think we're looking forward to some pretty impressive progress here over the next 6 to 12 months.
First of all, I don't want to embarrass this guy, but I got to tell you, if we were at the Oscars and there was an Academy Award for directing a gold mine, this would be the hands down winner. What he's done here is absolutely incredible, and the fact that we are the only working gold mine in a city that once had 100 mines is really a tribute to everything that he's done. And is good, and we'll continue to do. And let me tell you what we're continuing to do, because we're building from our start in 2017, where we were just we just had a couple of guys cleaning up a toxic waste dump here, to now 30 or 33 people working in our various projects. We are on the way building really a world-class mining enterprise, and we're doing that. Behind us is the Bates Hunter, which you all know about, from years of reports. Over that way is the Becker Bates, and we've described that to you. Up that away are 19 mining claims, 17, 19 mining claims that we've acquired in a 30-year lease, and some of these claims are undeveloped. Some were previously mined based on the mapping that's been done and the studies that these guys have done, that we see a tremendous opportunity in expanding our reach. Once you go down that shaft and you're 500 or 700 feet underground, you're off and running, and the veins are there, and the more veins we have to attack, and the more veins we have to work, the better it is. So judge us by what's underground, and what's underground are acres and acres and acres of potential very valuable gold veins. And we got all these veins, we got all this gold. What are we going to do with it all? And we recently acquired, as you know from our reports, the Black Eagle Mill. It's another old mill, but it looks to me like it's twice the size of the Golden Gilpin. It's got a lot of work that has to go into it. It looked, to my untutored eye, the equipment's is in better shape than when I first saw the Golden Gilpin equipment, and we can turn that into a mill that'll add 100 plus tons of capacity a day, and every ton. With ounces of gold in every ton, and you see what gold sells for, and do the math, because the more veins we find and the more mills we build, the better we all do, and so that's really the goal here. And the mill was even a bit of serendipity. One of the strongest forces in the universe is serendipity. And lo and behold, we bought a mill because we wanted the mill, and then we found out it was in an opportunity zone. And we've sent out notices to everybody talking about the opportunities of an opportunity zone for tax savings and capital gains deferral and those sorts of things. We're expanding underground and building, and we're doing that through acquiring additional veins. We're doing that with a convertible note instrument that we've sent out notices about, and we're doing that because, first of all, we don't want to divert a penny of our core money from what we started to do, and that is finish here and finish the mill. But we have to be opportunistic, and Matt knows everybody in town. He knows where all the gold, maybe I don't know about all the bodies are buried, but certainly certainly where all the gold is buried. And we grabbed a piece of land right in front of this building that he found on tax title.
Yes.
And it was, somebody must have thought at one point it could have been a casino or something. They realized it didn't turn out that way and stopped paying taxes, and we grabbed that. And so we're constantly at the city hall looking at the records, looking at tax titles, talking to people. We're in not negotiations, but discussions right now with the possibility of acquiring additional veins that would, believe it or not, double what we have. So this, triple? Oh, I like that even better. So this is. Let me tell you something. I've been involved in projects in China and in Kazakhstan and in West Africa, and there's nothing that's as exciting as what we're doing right here. It has the romance of the Old West. It has the romance of gold. It's not quite romancing the stone, but but that's what we're doing, and we're going to get that gold.
Matt, you talked this morning about blasting, how we blasted this morning. Could you explain what that means to our guests?
Sure, Deb. Thanks. On the 500 level right now, we're rehabbing our way across, and in the 1800s when they were mining that section, we were doing it very small, and so these drifts are barely wide enough to walk through, and for a 6'2" guy like me, they're kind of short. I have to duck for most of it. So the guys, in order for us to get our modern equipment through and do the future development that we're going to have to do to actually mine the resource and maintain the infrastructure, we're widening it out. We're trying to get more headroom and get some rail in. The rail grade's a little bit steep, so we're trying to flatten that out a little bit. So the guys go down there, and what they'll do is they'll figure out what dimensions they want and where the rail needs to go, and they'll drill holes in the rock where anyway they have what they call tights. And it intrudes into that space that they want to have. They'll drill holes in those. In those holes, they'll insert powder, stick powder. A blasting cap goes in the stick powder. And for all the holes they have, they tie them all together in a sequence where they want them to shoot. That ties into a cap and a safety fuse. They ignite the safety fuse, and it's 5.4. I think it's 5 minutes and 45 seconds for the fuse to go off. That gives them time to withdraw and come out to fresh air and safety. And the blast goes off. Usually it all happens within about 15 seconds. Pop, 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 pop. The guys have to give it at least a half an hour of time, usually a little bit more, to let the air come out. We've got great airflow through there, so it clears very quickly, but our guys are very safe. They come down in there, they wash down and they scale down, making sure all the rock is in good shape. And now they've got a pile of muck that they've got to move out, and they clean that out, ship it to the shaft here. Shaft brings it to surface, and we send it into the ore bin where we put it into bags right now for storage. All that material is all gold bearing, and at some point all that stuff in the next few months will be going through the mill to produce gold for us. And the nice thing is, it's material we have to get out of the way, but almost every rock here has got gold in it. So might not be a whole lot. Some rocks are really loaded and they're awfully pretty to look at. But the boys will move that material out. They'll get another 6 feet, maybe 20 feet, and then the kind of rehab work that they're doing on every blast. And as we're doing that, we're just inching our way, or yarding our way, if you will, across the 500-foot level. We connect that level between the two shafts. That allows us to have all the space that we need to get the tools, equipment, the pumps. We've got the 12B, IMCO 12B overshot mucker. We're the first guys in history to do that here at this mine. That might not seem that impressive if you think about it, but that tool, developed in the 1930s, was designed to replicate a human shoveling over his shoulder into an ore cart. This is an air-powered tool, so it's a modern machine by their standards. Today it's a 1950s sort of level technology, but for a small-scale drift, it's fantastic. You can move an awful lot of material very quickly, and we're the first persons to ever do that, probably in this district, let alone certainly this mine. So the guys are moving equipment across. We'll get over to the bottom of the Becker shaft, where the sump of the Becker is. We have a suspicion that Becker shaft goes a little bit deeper than we expected it to. So the boys are looking forward to dewatering that shaft. We'll just the same way we treat our water here. We move that water over to the bottom of the Bates shaft and pump it on out and treat it. There's a possibility that there may be another level below on the Becker side, but we'll end up connecting that shaft to the 730-foot level of the Bates, and that opens up a big potential block for us of mineable material, and should be neat to see that happening over the next couple months.
It has been a pleasure sharing with you all that's going on here at GS Mining Company and at the Bates Hunter. We look forward to sharing again when we come back out.